Yeah.
Just on, what's the ongoing cost of something like this, or because it sounds like there's, actuarial evaluations. I assume you're paying somebody to do.
Long term, I mean 30 years or more, then the money could potentially be more aggressively invested so for higher returns. Is there any kind of state mandate in terms of how that money can be invested?
No.
For potential higher returns?
No.
Okay, sorry.
I'll make everyone know.
Well, on that point, many of the communities are wrestling with the very same issues that we're talking about here. And I just wanted to point out that, as far as I know, decisions on how to manage the money that's been accumulated in this fund will all be made by the trustees, whoever they are. It's not something that's going to come back to the school committee.
Right.
The annual decision that the school committee will make is how much, for growth purposes, do they want to put into the fund. They may also put in for paying current, as we talked about, and keep the accounting straight on those things. But we wouldn't get involved in the decisions around who invests the money, what stocks they invest. They'll decide on whatever the strategy is for the account. And
That's correct. You could, it'll either be the trust.
So you had an earlier slide that said that if you invested over $500,000, then you can use the state investors?
$250,000.
$250,000.
The state doesn't allow investors, municipal or school district investors that don't have $250,000.
So if we were to, going back to Jared's point, as far as if we were to invest $1 million into it and then pull that out throughout the year, would that then allow us to take advantage of that?
Yeah, the state allows you to take the money.
Comment and maybe a question on this. My only concern is if we're going to use basically operating funds to, cover retirement expenses for health care, for life insurance, for what have you, and it's ongoing and it's transactional on a monthly basis or quarterly, however we're paying those expenses, those accounts have to be pretty liquid rather than long-term investment. And so we really should be talking about two different pots of money. The large chunk would be for very short-term, very stable, very liquid, and the long-term, what we're really looking for with this account could be more growth-oriented. But those pots have to be separated and have to be actively
managed.
managed.
When I was kind of hesitant about doing that.
Yeah.
Towards keeping that in the trust, but the truth of the matter is we would want that level of control as a committee, and so that would be something that we would want to draft into the trust, that is going to happen, and that's not something that the trustees could necessarily change.
I mean, the other thing
I
that
think is important that we all understand is what happens if we do nothing.
Whatever
Basic.
project.
Yeah. It was like a slush fund.
So does someone want to make a motion regarding resolution number 5?
Okay, I'll move that we take no stand on this resolution,
I'll second that.
Okay.
but I can be voted down.
All in favor of supporting the motion to take no stand?
Okay.
Opposed? Abstentions?
Opposed.
Two opposed?
Just curious.
Where do we stand on an MCAS presentation?
So that is
At the beginning of the meeting, and we were thinking that it might be better to post these packets to the Google Drive and send an email